Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly? I think we're just getting started.
Medic!
I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode 576 of your Overseas Connection podcast. Today's April 26th, 2020, and we are a bit delayed, we are a bit crazy, all kinds of technical difficulties to kick off the show. So I am helping to run the background because the internet gods looked down upon Mr. Robin Tate tonight and basically gave him a big middle finger. So, that being said, let me walk through some of the usual business. Normally we start right on time, 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. on the West Coast, 4 p.m. on the East Coast, 3 p.m. out in Tim's time zone, that's Central. We are on Twitch, we should be on Mixer, we should even be on YouTube, so hopefully you are seeing us live there. You can always join in live. You can also catch the podcast on audio only. We do post that out to iTunes, Stitcher, all that good stuff. So enjoy the show for as much as you can. It's going to be a little bit odd. That's all I'm going to say to that. It kind of goes, it's the end of the world, right? We're in the apocalypse now. Let's face it. Coronavirus, internet's crashing. It's mad hysteria going on.
Pandemonium.
So. Yeah, we're just going to embrace it. We're going to embrace the pandemonium. On the show, Kim Woods. Kim, say
Howdy.
hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. It's nice and sunny here, so hopefully have a good show. Technical difficulties not included. So.
That is the desire. That is the desire. Also on the show, Mr. Gary DeFelice.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? It's the real Defo. Yeah, I'm back. Back after a few weeks off. Back again. I don't think we've podcasted together in a while, Greg, because I think last time it was you were out doing wine things or something.
I tend to, yeah, I do the wine things. I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty typical for me. But you know, whatever. Also on the show from his phone, Mr. Robin Tate.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not actually at McDonald's this time. Yeah, very, very weird stuff going on. I mean, I am using my phone. I am on my internal network, but for some reason or other, the internal network is not getting to the man cave. Don't know why. It's the first time this has ever happened. So, yeah, weird. Hello, everybody. Yeah, weird things, cats and dogs. That's exactly right. Yeah, thanks, Greg. Sorry for throwing you into it in the last minute.
Hey, you know what? It is no big deal. This is what happens. We gotta stick and move. You roll with the punches, all of that good stuff.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do my best to try and navigate the waters of basically spinning the decks, hosting as well. So video images of games may be at a premium, and that's code word for it may be lacking. And that's just because I was not prepared. I should have been. I did a bad job of being the backup.
Yep.
I was the NFL analogy here. Robin was the main quarterback. He's in the game. As he's getting a concussion and getting knocked out of the game, I'm on sidelines, turned around, looking in the stands, eating a hot dog. That's the equation. So yeah. So that being said, and we're not getting any sound effects. If you wanted sound effects, if you came to the show specifically for sound effects, we are once again going to disappoint you. Yeah. Well, Kim can give you sound effects.
You could be really smart about this, Greg, and say this is where the story time bit goes, and we could, you go beep, story time bit here, and then we could edit it in. But no.
That actually is really smart. For the audio version, we might do that. But let's not get your hopes up. I don't want anybody to think I'm going to go out of my way to make this any better for you. I have to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. That's my life mantra.
Like being
Anyway,
married.
Robin, can I help you?
Yeah, I think Google is hacking my computer because I can access the show notes. All right. Look here, look, we are where we are, so let's carry on.
Exactly.
Look, there's some things popping back up again. Anyway, look, too late for that now.
Yep. But we'll talk about story time. Everybody loves a story. It's story time. Is that how it goes?
Something like that.
So
Yeah.
it has been kind of weird. So we have been sort of self-isolating or keeping ourselves in the house now for, it must be nearly 3 weeks. Sort of getting into their sort of stride, starting to, find where we are. I think the first couple of weeks was like Christmas. So you didn't, you drank like a fish. You like mad. In fact, I was eating on the podcast. I couldn't stop eating. It was a real problem. And I think now over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, we've sort of caught ourselves on, a very Northern Ireland term. We've caught ourselves on, and the excess eating has been put under restraint. The excess drinking has been put under restraint, and now it's more like, yes, although it's just the scales are going up, and just bad eating, bad drinking. Now we're trying to be healthy again, trying to get ourselves in this time of crap. We've been through all of the excess, and the Christmas fun part is over. This is the reality. Let's get on with it. And I've been getting up in the morning and getting outside onto the bandstand, onto the cross trainer, and spending some time there and walking a lot. 20,000 plus steps every day. Trying to. I'm having a couple of wee vodkas tonight. Not drinking through the week. So I think we have to, because there is some sort of new reality here, and we're going to have to try and get on with it. And I don't want to turn into a blob. So
I don't think any of us would like you to turn into a blob. I think that's definitely not the desired effect from all of this.
Oh.
But I can safely say I've drank more than my fair share. Drinking has become like the norm. It worries me in one sense. I'm not really prone to being, addicted to drinking. It's just been so easy for us every night to be like, let's have some wine. Have a cocktail.
Yep. You're not going anywhere, right? So that's what we've been doing every night. It's a beer or a glass of wine or maybe a margarita or something. Not every night, but most nights now.
Gary, so the recycling guys come every week, and we have to separate cans and plastics and glass bottles and all the bits and pieces. So last week, or a week before last, I had those 2 bottles of Morgan Spiced, a bottle of Kraken spiced rum. There was 2 bottles of gin, and about 20 or 30 bottles of beer, and maybe 6 bottles of wine in this one box. And that was like a week and a half to 2 weeks of drinking.
You guys have a problem then. Yeah.
That was crazy. That was me. That was crazy. And that was just that. Well, instead of having a wee cup of tea and a biscuit at night time, we're having a couple of glasses of wine, or an hour I was having, my measure, what is it, 2 fingers? Yeah, 2 fingers. There, like like 2 hands. So
pretty liberal.
So we're sort of catching ourselves on that way, because it's slippery slope. You get used to it, So work-wise, I'm still furloughed. It's getting stranger than ever. Doing bits and pieces. I have a conference call with the bosses on Tuesday. Put a couple of hours work in. Some people are trying to look forward to the future and do bits and pieces, but it's still weird. It's still, I don't know, strange. And we really haven't. I really haven't been out anywhere near, like, left the house any more than 2 miles in weeks now. So we're behaving, and not even socializing with the nieces and nephews and in-laws just round the corner. We literally will maybe walk past them on our trip around for our daily walks. But when the
Right.
kids
Do,
aren't
do you
socializing, the kids aren't playing together.
do
Fair
you give
play.
the finger as you walk by, or?
Yeah. Well, it's my sister-in-law. Come on, both sister-in-laws. You can't do that. It's confusing.
It is. It is.
I mean, they all do
All
look.
right.
They do look quite alike. Judith and her two sisters. And you could understand. Many a morning I woke up and went, "Oh shit, which one's this?" Yeah. What are your experience with stuff that's going on? I mean,
So it's been weird on my end. Not gonna lie, it has felt fairly normal. And I feel guilty saying that because I know so many people are going through very, like Gary, you've been going through hell in a handbasket, out in New York. Um, and obviously in the UK, things have been much tighter with the lockdown. In California, I mean, I'm not going to lie, it does not feel nearly as strict as the rest of this country. Or I should say not the rest of the country, in a lot of states where we're hearing about people protesting and, open things back up because their governors have made some crazy kind of steps in terms of locking things down, and also getting the police involved, which I think doesn't help. Uh, yeah, I don't know what to say, other than it feels pretty norm. And part of that also because I work from home. I've always worked from home, so this is nothing new for me. Um, so uh, yeah, uh, it's a little different because Cindy's home a lot, and so we are doing a lot of projects and that kind of thing. But I mean, last night we had a barbecue. We actually invited a friend over of ours, so we didn't exactly do the social distancing thing with him, but we invited people,
but you
spoke
mean you weren't.
to one another.
Well, you weren't hugging and stuff like that there. You weren't doing stuff like that.
No,
Yeah.
no. But we had some nice steaks. We had wine. We had great food. So that was perfect.
Judith and I were supposed to be in Paris this weekend for our anniversary, which was yesterday, our 23rd wedding anniversary. So the Paris trip was cancelled. And but we made the most of it. I mean, the nice hotel. There's a really lovely hotel around the corner from us. They've got some beautiful restaurants, and for the locals, the hotel is closed. The big spa is closed, and for locals, they're opened up the restaurants and they're delivering food from the fancy restaurants from the main menu to homes. So we got a beautiful meal in last night and a bottle of wine. We jumped into our hot tub and we had we made the most of it. So yeah. Do you know what? I've just realised why my internet's went down.
Excessive porn use,
Well, it knows.
possibly.
It's sentient. Okay.
It's
So
sentient.
yes.
Okay.
So do you know?
By the way,
have,
for those in
have
the
this,
chat, real quick.
when you have a car, right? And
Right.
you talk to your mates or your friend or your wife about you've had this car now 6 years or 7 years and it was second hand when you bought it and it's going okay, but look, I've seen this beautiful new car and I think I'm going to buy it. I think we're going to change
Right.
the car and they're going to do it in about 3 weeks, right?
Okay.
During those 3 weeks, your car will start fucking breaking down. It'll start having problems. It knows it's the car will have issues.
Right.
So
Right.
I have
It is
ordered
sentient.
an industrial 4G modem, which should arrive here tomorrow. This is something like a business will use to fire the Wi-Fi and internet around their businesses for things like the windmills. Yeah, the big
Right.
windmills.
The windmills.
Yeah, they'll have this sort of industrial 4G. This is dual SIM. So if one SIM goes down, it automatically kicks in with another SIM. Heavy duty, robust. You can put it outside. And my 4G little basic one in the house knows this right now. That's why That's what I call it. It's sentient.
Who would have thought sentient sentient routers? Yeah, Google. Let's face it, it's all Google. They are tapping into your brain. They're tapping into your life. Anybody else have anything fun that's been going on? Kim, what about you? Is it just same old, up to your elbows in diapers?
Pretty much. I watch Colton and change diapers and go nuts watching Doc Step and yelling me about washing my hands and rinse, lather, repeat. So I did get a phone. So there's that.
Yes.
I got the S20 Plus, and I mean, well, I've had a Samsung for a while now. It's kind of like moving up to the other side of Samsung. It's not much different. It is nice though. It is quite a bit bigger than the S9 that I had. So and the picture, the camera's great. So you know.
Right. Okay.
So
So far a thumbs up.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not the notification because the notification sounds on this one are totally different than the ones I used to have. So, I used to listen to something when you're getting messages or whatever when I was totally different. So sometimes I miss it and I have to get used to that. But I mean, that's everything change phones. So it's not a big deal. But like you said, if you've had Samsung before and you're looking to upgrade a device, then I recommend the S20. It's pretty nice. So.
Okay. Excellent. I'm jealous. I am jealous. Now, you were too quiet. Yeah, echo's worse. Yeah, adjusting some things on the fly, people. So just bear with. The chat had said that I was too quiet, so I adjusted it up. I know there's probably going to be a little bit of an echo. That could be something. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But we'll continue to
I ordered the chainsaw, and the chainsaw arrived. And then when I put this thing together, I thought, shit, I really need to get some protective gear for this thing.
Is that why we decided to stop drinking so much? Because that
Yeah, but the protective gear you got, Robin, you went full construction worker, like YMCA construction worker. I mean, protective gear, I was thinking, wear long. Well, you did have the Indian outfit, yes.
So how do you protect yourself? So you don't do it.
Well,
just because you don't have the right gear, sure.
Well, let me ask you a question. Robin. What exactly are you? No.
And face guard. Proper gloves. Well, the left hand has like metal in it. Yeah.
Right. What are you planning on? What are you planning on cutting down with this chainsaw?
Trees down the driveway and run back to the man cave so they start the roof.
Now, the actual trees or some tree branches?
Trees, some trees.
Some actual trees.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I was gonna say, because for me, the protective gear would be glasses, gloves, pants, closed-toed shoes.
Yep.
Done. Settled.
Hard hat and face guard and gloves.
It nothing's wrong with it. There's really nothing wrong with it. It just felt excessive.
The Oregon hard hat and earmuffs guard,
Right.
I've seen a photograph of them with the guard on. And I put them on and I discovered they're friggin' awesome because when I put the earmuffs on, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, we know.
I couldn't hear Judith. I couldn't hear the kids fighting. It was friggin' awesome. I'll probably put them on. I'll get them right now.
I was gonna say you should go get them right now. I think that's the appropriate thing to do. In the meantime, Gary, what about you? What's been going on in your corner of the world? Coronavirus, is it getting better for you?
I don't know if it's getting better. I think the curve has gone down, but I don't know
Right.
what that means. But we last weekend, so I didn't make the podcast last weekend, but we had an impromptu decision. My son had gotten into Virginia Tech. We found out on Friday night, so I said Saturday morning, let's just jump in the car and drive to Virginia and take a look at campuses. We looked at a lot of campuses. This is like one campus we didn't look at, of course. And Robin, if you're listening to this podcast, really should go check out YouTube and jump to what minute is this?
Who knows? We're just minutes into the podcast, not fairly long, but yeah. Again, my point of excessiveness, I think, stands at this point. Robin, I know, and that's probably for the best. You know what? You need to start celebrating Halloween, Robin, because that is straight up your Halloween costume right there. I've heard that before too.
Awesome. So I can't start
Yeah.
So it's arrived. So the first time I fighting up the petrol and it's got gas in it. But I'm really waiting for my oil.
I'm scared to death for you. Yeah, well, or maybe a little bit of both. A little bit of firewood, a little bit of Robin. You know, what's a finger or two?
So I've been getting all the stuff. Buying games, painting the house, painting all the house, a lot of this, digging floor beds, doing stuff, all those things you never want to do. And it's funny, there is a motivational thing as well with a situation where not doing the same, what was the term, is it, ask a busy man to get something done. Because the guys all the time in the world never fits anything in. And now that we have a lot more time on our hands, it is hard to keep yourself motivated. But I think it's vitally important, and I found that me getting up and doing that, my exercise, I get up in the morning, a cup of coffee, get up anyway at 7. Now, and 8 o'clock I go out for half an hour on the cross trainer, walk around a bit. But I think that's good routine. Coming in and then to go through all kid stuff and then go and do a couple of hours work. But there should be routine. So you just and coming out here to work, I definitely I'll put on maybe put on a tie, but I will put on more work-like clothes to get myself into work mode.
Okay.
I think it's important for all of us to try and it can be a very interesting time.
It can be. I know a lot of people are challenged with the whole situation. Routine is important. I will say that time and time again. That definitely is something that hopefully people get in the habit of keeping their routine. So let's see, Gary. Did we finish up with you? We started to talk a little bit about what was going on in New York. Are you able to play golf yet?
Actually, yeah. So when you were on last time, I had golf, I think.
Right. You were out there, not social distancing, playing golf.
No, I social distance.
Don't lie, Gary. We heard you were right up on that cart girl, getting your beers, getting some shots.
Yeah, we were cart girls. You couldn't touch the pins. There's no rates. There's no ball meters. But they did. So they right after we got off, they closed those courses. It turned out that they were closed for about 2 weeks. Now they're reopened. But I will say when I was there, I was kind of disappointed because they were supposed to not have more than one person in the cart. It was 2 people in the cart all over the place. So you kind of knew it was going to stop. Someone was going to get wind that 2 people were acting like idiots. We go back to the parking lot, and it looked like a keg party. It was a bunch of guys now. It was actually people eating popcorn out of the bag with their hands, like going in the bag. Like, what are you doing? So, state closed courses, but it was only 2 weeks, so I think they've been open for about a week now. We were going to go today, but it's weather here isn't so perfect, so I'm trying to get out next weekend, I think.
Okay.
So,
Well, look, apologies. We're trying to fix the echoing situation. By the way, we do know that is happening. I'm doing my best to try and figure that out.
Might be me.
Again, wasn't totally prepared for all of this, but
hey, we prepared for an apocalypse. Were we prepared for that?
yeah, easy for you to say.
I prepared to say that. No. Get through. We fight. We're fighters.
Yes, we are fighters. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm also afraid. Let me see if I can. Maybe that will help. Maybe I don't know if that helped or not, but I'm now just muting certain things. I'm adjusting levels here and there on the fly. If it works, great. If it doesn't, and there's still an echo, apologies.
Do you record?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Do we record from what's on the YouTube channel, or do we have a local recording?
At this point, there is no local recording, especially given this current situation of panic of like, Greg, you need to step up and do this now. And again, I was eating a hot dog, looking at the cheerleaders in the stands, not prepared at all for this. It happens. It's so much worse.
Abort.
Wow.
Go back.
Yeah. What the hell? What did I do this time? Let me try and I literally I'm just adjusting as we go. I wish I could say something. I wish if I had time to set this up properly. Sure. Would have been on it. Also, this absolutely is all fucking Mark's fault.
Oh,
Yeah, 100%. Mr. Oh, I don't have the energy. I'm really tired. Blah blah blah. Trying to do work. Whatever, Mark. Whatever.
For like ages.
Let me tell you, you might be better off not. Totally unreliable. I'm kidding. Just kidding. No, Mark is not unreliable, but it is all his fault.
I was hoping we'd see Webster today or something like that, but we weren't so lucky.
No, not at all. Okay, so he said it was worse, so much worse.
I hope it's better now.
I don't know. I'm now just randomly turning things on and off just to see what happens.
Why don't you give us a new jingle, Greg?
A new jingle?
Yeah. Next part.
Yeah. No, we should move on though. Let us move on. Let us talk about games we're playing, because this part of the podcast is well. Actually, no. Wait. Before we do that, I do have to talk real quickly. I'm contemplating the Thrust Master.
Whoa.
Yep. All this conversation from Mark about Elite Dangerous. It might be the phone situation that is the echo. Because now I'm starting to hear the echo. Okay, let's try that. Okay.
Will that help the echo? Maybe we can get something in the chat to tell us, does that help the echo? Is the echo gone or not? So.
Oh, that might help.
We'll find out.
That might. We will find out. Anyway, so Mark's been talking about the Elite Dangerous and using his Thrustmaster joystick, and I've been like, Elite Dangerous has kind of been calling me again. And then I fired it up and I started to play, and I was like, man, they made a lot of improvements, especially to do the tutorial parts to kind of help you get into it. So I'm like, I don't want to play this on a gamepad. I think I want to play it on a HOTAS joystick. And so I talked to Mark, and Mark made the recommendation. The old Thrustmaster 3000X 291 GL Orgasm.
If I recall.
Possibly. Robin, is it working for you?
I would like to get Mark's Thrustmaster in my hand, yes.
I think we all need the Thrustmaster. Kim, do you have a Thrustmaster?
I would adore to spend more time. I really would. My problem is time.
So even though I have all the word
and Robin just froze. So there's that. We have a lovely picture of Robin frozen. Now he's back. Hello, Robin. Welcome back to the podcast.
Carry on.
All we know, I know. All we know is you wanted Mark's Thrustmaster.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
All right. Let us. I'm going to just speak slowly to match up to the echo, apparently. Anyway, okay. Moving into games. Let's talk about games we've been playing, because this maybe we can make feel a little somewhat normal. Gary, I know I'm going to start with you. You have been playing a lot of Escape from Tarkov.
It's a frustrating game. It's can be brutal. Like I played the other day. I think I did 5 runs where I died in within 2 minutes of the raid, and I was like, fuck
Gotcha.
this game, I'm done with this game. And I went and played the other game, I'll talk about in a second. And then the next day I got up, I think it was yesterday, I jumped up in the morning, and I think it was something too, with times that you play, most games. Like when I was playing most games, that was later in the evening, 7-ish. I went a lot of the younger, better skilled, more unskilled people are playing. So I played early morning, woke up around 6 a.m. and I did 2 runs in a row. They were great. I got kills, so it's kind of love-hate. I love watching the videos on it. I love the complexity of it. I love the elements that they have, the whole market, and the building of guns. It's great. It can be so hard. And when you're early new beginning, it can be difficult. We got a thumbs up.
I believe the chat is going to be immensely happier with me right now.
Okay, good.
I believe I did. We'll see.
All right. If you're watching the chat, Greg saw Greg thumbs up. Please put in yes. It's better. It's fun. It's tough. I haven't got a chance to play with Mark yet. Get a little with him at some point. Mess around. But that's Tarkov, man.
Well, so and is Tarkov? Is it? So just to kind of understand, is it basically like kind of the combination of PUBG and Call of Duty?
So it's got PUBG element. It's not. It's you don't have a so you jump into a raid,
right?
You have usually about 25, 35 to actually go in. You can come in with a loadout of guns, helmet, everything. Everything you want. You build guns. You go into the raid. You get out. Everything in the raid you take out. If you die in the raid, everything you had on, everything you collected is gone.
Okay.
So at first I'm kind of like stupid. What's the point of it? But when you really start getting into the elements of building guns, doing stuff outside of the game, a lot of the game now, doing different builds of guns, watching videos, stuff like that. Financially, I'm not too rich, so I can't get better guns yet. But it's kind of like progress, work your way up. They actually have tasks like that. You actually get from vendors, which give you more and allow you to buy better equipment from vendors. So that's actually been a nice way to learn the game, feel like working towards something instead of just going into a raid and loot. You're going with certain like things that you want to try to accomplish. If it makes any sense.
It makes sense. It does.
Yeah.
And I mean, is this? So even though it is a little bit hard and frustrating, I mean, is this a game you see yourself sticking with for a long time?
I do. I end up buying higher version. I bought the initial version was like $40. I think it was. I liked it enough that I bought the higher to give them more money for the support for like $100. I think I spent. to give them for the higher level of the game, which basically from a player just gives you a bigger container of storage, stuff like that, raids. But I like what they're doing with the game. I like the way they're supporting it, stuff like that. So I was willing to throw in some more money to them.
Okay.
So I think I'll be playing it for a while, especially how much money I dumped into it.
And this,
are they going to do?
This is PC only.
Do a wipe this summer. PC only. I don't think they have really any intentions of going to console at this point. They're going to do a major update somewhere in the summer. They're saying now. Which is going to do a wipe. So basically, if I'm a level 25, it's going to go back down to 0 and everybody starts over, which is a nice time to play, I think, right after a wipe. So anyway, that's Tarkov. So I've been playing a lot of that. There was another game. Some of the people I actually stream people playing games a lot more during the day now that I'm working from home on my monitor. Kind of leave it on in the background. Since it's my own internet. I know they're not really watching. So a lot of the guys that were doing the Tarkov started streaming something called Deadside. It's an alpha. It's an alpha now. It just came out. I believe last Tuesday. So it's been out about a week and a half now. It is. I've never played Scum. A lot of people say it's like a Scum, Daisy, kind of Rust mishmash of games.
Okay.
It's an open world survival game. So you load in. Basically you have nothing of a knife. You go. You kill people. You collect loot. You go back to a safe zone. You have a little safe there. You can put stuff in your safe. So you go out in the beginning. You work your way up by getting kills and building up your safe. Once you graduate to there, you can actually build bases, and then you can start to store stuff in bases. So been playing on a PvP server, and American Dan from the Gamesman actually just bought a server, 15-man server. So I've been playing on there too, which is nice because you don't have to deal with other knuckleheads like PvP. It's more just PvE. The AI is very good. They can be pretty tough. But the game looks really promising. It's only $20. It's on PC. It's been fun.
Okay.
So that's Deadside.
That is Deadside.
If anybody does pick up the game, let me know. We'll get you over on American Dan's server for a nice place to just kind of learn. And it's better to be in teams.
Interesting.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah. No.
I see you multitasking.
I know. I'm still trying to figure out this echo thing. I feel horrible, and now I have a potential thought on what I need to be doing. So I'm gonna again do some shifting of things and seeing if it might help. The main thing is I have to make sure that you guys can be heard to the audience, obviously. Let's see. Go ahead and say something, Gary. Try again. Maybe. No, I don't think they can hear you. Gary is repeating everything. Is that what they're saying still? Oh. You know what it is? It's the NDI source. So I've actually muted everybody. So that's the good news. I think that actually is part of the problem. Now I just got to figure out how to get you guys audible. And that is the bigger challenge right now. So there's that. You'd think not. But hey. Yeah, I Oh yeah. That we should still be streaming. That's the good news. And everybody should be back up. I just need to adjust cameras again. So that was completely user error. It's just me trying to figure out this whole situation of the echo. For the life of me, I don't know quite what is causing the echo. So there's that. Yeah, pretty much. If I turn on NDI source, see, I hear somebody's like a echo in this background. Anyway, this is the wrong time to try and do this. So look, let's just try and get through this as much as possible. Fuck, I've got no right answer for this at this moment. So until we have some time to play around with it, I'd rather not podcast and honestly subject everybody to this, to be perfectly frank. So I think we're going to call the show, and we're just going to call it short, and we will make up for it next week. Everybody, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry that everything just failed on us. But at this point in time, until we get this sorted out, and I did not have the proper setup time, and obviously unforeseen things on Robin's end, it just completely screwed with us. So rather than subject you to listening to everybody say everything 5 times over, we will.
You're clear now. Hero.
We're clear now? Really?
That's what I see in the chat.
Well, now I'm half tempted to. Of course, I don't know what I did, so there's that.
Well, you know.
Well, because ultimately what I ended up doing was I muted a bunch of the different sources. But the problem is, I don't know if they can hear you guys when you're talking.
He says, yeah, we are clear.
I want to give it a couple of minutes for him to catch up because, I have only 2 sources up and running. Let's see if that makes a difference.
Do a jumping jack, and then we'll know.
Well, the jumping jack is going to help. It won't help. It won't help. But yeah.
Still saying everyone's
Yeah,
clear.
everyone is clear now. So
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I've muted pretty much all of the different NDI sources. I think that was part of the problem, and lesson learned.
yeah, so they just haven't heard Robin yet. So
Hello,
All right.
it's Robin. Hello there. Am I okay? That's what a question.
well,
It's debatable.
Yeah, it's all relative.
I think this might be the thing. So, Gary, when you talk...
Come on, you beauty! I am back up again. Woohoo! Okay, right.
Hey.
hey,
We can do a restart here if you don't mind. We can get it all going again. If this looks like I've made it fixed. It really is a weird thing. I don't know. Some Indian man told me what to do. I've done it. He's probably sorting my bank out right now. Give us everybody. Give us 5 minutes. We'll be back.
5
okay?
minutes. 5 minutes.
5
We're going to
minutes.
restart the show. We'll just... this.
Yep.
We're going to pretend this never happened.
Yeah. Rewrote.
All right. We'll be right back, everybody.